There is a moment, just before the world wakes, when everything holds its breath, a moment where the horizon blushes with a softness that feels almost impossible, as if the sky itself has remembered something ancient, gentle, and true. This is the place where rose dawn begins, not outside you, but inside you. A soft pink glow rising quietly within the heart. Before anything else happens in this journey, allow yourself to settle. Feel the weight of your body. Feel the subtle warmth in your chest. Feel the slight humming at the center of your being, the place where your awareness rests. You do not need to try to feel calm. You do not need to force stillness. You are simply meeting yourself at the soft edge of a new inner morning. In the early light of your presence, everything becomes more tender. The breath softens. The mind releases its grip. The heart loosens its guard. And without effort, you sense something. A quiet readiness. A gentle opening. A warmth that feels like the beginning of understanding. The dawnlight does not rush. It appears slowly, lovingly, with great patience. And so should you. Today, you are not pushing yourself toward healing. You are allowing healing to rise toward you. Imagine now that each breath draws a faint rose gold glow into the space behind your sternum. Soft, delicate, subtle. This is not a bright or overwhelming light. It is the kind that barely whispers itself into your awareness. The kind that feels more like remembering than discovering. Let this inner dawn light touch the places inside you that have been tight, tired, or forgotten. Not to fix them, only to acknowledge them. You do not need to know what comes next. You only need to feel this moment. A softening, a warming, a gentle rising. The mind thinks healing begins with effort, but the heart knows healing begins with permission. And in this first light, you are giving yourself permission to begin again. The heart is not loud. Its awakening is never dramatic or forceful. It arrives in the same way dawn arrives softly, gradually, in layers of warm color that spread through the sky of your inner world. As you breathe now, imagine the soft rose gold glow expanding slightly within your chest. Not brighter, just warmer, more present. This warmth is not an emotion. It is not happiness or sadness or anything you have a name for. It is simply aliveness. The quiet hum of your true self being felt again. You might notice the subtle sensation of softening across your ribs, a gentle release behind your shoulder blades, a slight unclenching in the throat. These are signs that the heart is being allowed to open, not outward toward the world, but inward toward yourself. So much of your life has required strength, stability, resilience, but feminine energy is not about holding everything together. It is about allowing what has been held too tightly to finally loosen. Let the inhale be a welcoming and the exhale be a letting go. If thoughts appear, let them pass like soft clouds drifting through a dawn sky. They do not disturb the light. They do not diminish the warmth. You may feel a memory surface, or a forgotten tenderness, or an ache that was quiet for years. Do not turn away. Do not judge it. Do not analyze it. Simply place this rose gold warmth around the feeling, as if wrapping a soft blanket around something fragile and deserving. Because it is. You are not trying to heal the heart. You are letting the heart show itself to you. You are letting it speak in the language of sensation, warmth, quiet inner movement. The heart awakens not when it is pushed open, but when it is gently invited. And right now, in the glow of rose dawn, You are offering the invitation your heart has been waiting for. Feel the warmth gather in the center of your chest, like the first full bloom of morning, a petal unfurling, a breath widening, a truth emerging. I am allowed to feel. I am allowed to soften. I am allowed to rise slowly. The heart does not rush, and neither should you. Here, in this quiet awakening, you are meeting the part of yourself that remembers who you are beneath the weight of everything you've carried, and it greets you with the gentlest of words, "Welcome back." The soft, rose gold glow at your center is beginning to expand again, slow, effortless, like a sigh that finally reaches the deepest part of you. Let this warmth spread through the inner landscape of your body. Let it move like dawn, light across quiet hills, revealing, softening, awakening. And notice that as this gentle light spreads, something else begins to loosen. A heaviness that stayed too long, a pressure you adapted to, a weight you forgot you were carrying. It does not need to disappear all at once. It does not need to be solved or explained. It only needs space. Let your exhale be the space maker. And with each breath, allow the soft interior truth to rise. You cannot hold everything. You do not have to hold everything. And you were never meant to. Let this truth settle inside you like soft petals falling. Somewhere within you is a part that has tried so hard to stay strong, to stay steady, to stay composed, to stay unbroken. This part of you has been brave. This part of you has held entire worlds together. This part of you has protected you through storms you never asked for. And now it is tired, not defeated, not weak, just tired. So feel the rose dawn glow gather around this hard-working part of yourself. Wrap it in warmth. Wrap it in tenderness. Wrap it in understanding. Letting go does not mean giving up. Letting go means releasing what has already served its purpose. A story that has finished. A fear that has exhausted you. A pattern that once kept you safe, but now keeps you small. A weight that was never yours to begin with. If your mind tries to define what you are letting go, don't follow it. Let the release happen in the body, not the thoughts. Let the shoulders drop. Let the jaw loosen. Let the breath deepen. Let the belly soften. Let the space around your heart widen. Let your inner dawn light reach every place where silence has lived too long. And feel, with each exhale, that subtle sensation of unclenching, like something inside you is slowly loosening its grip. This is not dramatic. This is not a breaking open. This is a gentle, elegant unraveling, a letting go that feels like remembering. I am allowed to release what no longer honors me. I am allowed to soften into who I truly am. I am allowed to be free. Let the warmth settle. Let the petals fall. Let the space open. You are not losing anything. You are clearing room for yourself. As the rose dawn expands within you, something new begins to take shape. Not a light, not a sound, but a presence. A distinctly feminine presence. It is soft, but not fragile. It is gentle, but not passive. It is quiet, but immeasurably powerful. This presence has always been part of you, even if life dimmed it, even if noise covered it, even if responsibilities buried it. It never disappeared. It simply waited. Waited for stillness. Waited for warmth. Waited for an inner dawn moment like this one. Feel it now, forming beneath the surface of your awareness. A soft, intuitive intelligence, ancient and deeply rooted. It does not speak in words. It speaks in sensations, in subtle impulses, in the feeling of knowing without explanation. This is the feminine energy that rises not with force, but with certainty, not by demanding space, but by becoming so deeply present that space reshapes itself around you. Let yourself feel her rising. She rises in the loosening of your breath. She rises in the warmth in your heart. She rises in the softening of your chest. She rises in the quiet courage to feel. She rises in the acceptance of what is true for you. There is no push here, no striving, no urgency. Feminine energy does not chase. It calls, it gathers, it draws inward. It awakens from the center and moves outward with grace. It knows that what is meant for you rises naturally when you are aligned with your inner dawn. You might feel a deeper warmth in the chest, a tingling across the arms, a gentle magnetic pull inward, a sensation of being rooted and lifted at the same time. These are the signatures of the awakened feminine. She teaches you to soften without collapsing, to feel without drowning, to love without losing yourself, to receive without guilt, to rise without rushing. Feel her now, settling into your body like soft gold, settling into water warm, luminous, effortless. And as she rises, notice the quiet declaration forming inside you. I am enough. I am whole. I am allowed to rise as myself. Let this truth echo softly through you. Let the dawn inside you continue to grow. As the soft feminine presence rises within you, a new clarity begins to form. Not sharp like sunlight, but gentle like dawn. This is the clarity that comes when you stop trying to force understanding and instead allow truth to reveal itself in its own timing. Truth does not rush. It unfolds. Feel this unfolding begin inside you. The rose gold glow within your chest slowly expands into your entire torso, your arms, your throat, your belly, your back, your whole interior landscape. This glow is not simply light, it is awareness warming you from within. And in this warmth, your inner truth softens enough to be seen. Not the truth the world told you, not the truth you performed to survive, not the truth you repeated because it kept others comfortable, but your truth, the one that lives beneath the roles, beneath the expectations, beneath the layers of identity the world placed upon you. Your truth does not shout. It rises. It rises through your intuition, through a sense of knowing without needing permission. It rises through the emotional signals your body gives you, the tightening that says, not this, the softening that says, yes. It rises through the quiet impulses of your heart, the subtle pull toward what is meant for you, the subtle push away from what drains you. You do not need to label it. You do not need to define it. You only need to feel it. And as you sit here in the warmth of this inner dawn, ask gently, without force, what is becoming true for me now? Not what used to be true, not what others want to be true, but what your inner dawn light is revealing. Perhaps something inside you whispers, I am allowed to change. I am allowed to soften. I am allowed to want more. I am allowed to stop carrying what isn't mine. I am allowed to rise at my own pace. I am allowed to trust myself. Whatever arises, let it. Truth does not need to be controlled. It needs to be welcomed. Let this chapter be a soft conversation with yourself, not with words, but with presence. Because every inner dawn reveals a truth the night was holding. Feel that truth now, opening like a rose, unfurling toward the morning. Let it come, let it breathe, let it unfold. As the inner dawn rises, you begin to sense a shift not only within the heart, but throughout your entire energetic field. The warmth that began as a quiet glow now expands outward in all directions. Not forcefully, but naturally, as if your presence is remembering how to radiate again. Imagine the rose gold light inside your chest, blooming into a full dawn, spreading through your body, radiating into the space around you, softening everything it touches. This light is not symbolic. It represents your emotional capacity, your intuitive intelligence, your feminine power, your inherent worthiness, your ability to expand without losing yourself. Feel this expansion now, warm, gentle, luminous. You are not trying to be radiant. You are remembering that you already are. Radiance is not beauty. Radiance is not confidence. Radiance is not performance. Radiance is alignment. The moment when your inner truth, your inner softness, and your inner strength all begin moving in the same direction. And in this moment, within this rose dawn, you are aligning. Your breath becomes deeper, your chest becomes warmer, your field becomes more spacious, your presence becomes more grounded. You may feel a soft tingling across the skin, a gentle expansion around the ribs, a warm pulse inside the palms, a quiet sense of uplift in the spine. These sensations are simply your body adjusting to a deeper level of openness, a deeper connection to self. Let the bloom continue. Imagine petals of soft rose light opening from your heart space, expanding outward, petal by petal, breath by breath. Each petal represents something you are reclaiming, a forgotten tenderness, a suppressed intuition, a quiet desire, a hidden strength, a truth long ignored, a softness you abandoned, a love you withheld from yourself. Let them return. Let them bloom. Because feminine energy does not ask, "Am I allowed to shine?" It asks, "Where have I been dimming myself?" And then it rises. Feel your bloom now, slow, warm, effortless. You are not becoming something new. You are becoming more of what you already are. As the rose dawn softens into its full glow inside you, you begin to feel a shift, a sense of completeness, a quiet confidence, a tender inner strength that does not need to announce itself. You are returning to yourself, not the version of you shaped by pressure, not the version of you shaped by survival, not the version of you shaped by expectations, but you, clear, soft, intuitive, open, grounded, and gently radiant. This is who emerges from Rose Dawn. Not someone new, but someone remembered. Feel the warmth gather once more in the center of your chest. A final, gentle inhale of inner light. And as you exhale, imagine the rose gold glow settling into every part of your being. Your body, your breath, your awareness, your heart, your energy, your presence, your future self. You are not losing the dawn light as you return. You are carrying it with you. You bring its softness into your voice. You bring its warmth into your relationships. You bring its clarity into your decisions. You bring its strength into your boundaries. You bring its compassion into your healing. You bring its radiance into your becoming. Before you rise from this experience, silently acknowledge, I am allowed to soften. I am allowed to rise. I am allowed to heal at my own pace. I am allowed to bloom. Let this truth settle into your bones. And when you open your eyes, carry the dawn with you. Carry the softness. Carry the warmth. Carry the radiance. Carry yourself. Because today, you do not walk into the world the same way you entered this moment. You walk as someone touched by the dawn. You walk as someone aligned with their deeper truth. You walk as someone who has returned to their heart. You walk as someone blooming,